In order of November 5th. Dave, you take the roll call, please.
Ron.
Here.
Dick.
Here.
John.
Here.
Norm. Here. Dave. Joe is absent. Jim.
Proof of notice.
As stated on the agenda.
Approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Norm. Second by Ron. Any questions on the agenda? Norm.
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried 6-0-1. Citizens' comments. Approval of minutes of the October 15th meeting. So, motion by Jim. Seconded by? Second. Ron. Any questions on the October 15th board meeting? Jim? Aye.
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 Motion carried 6-0-1. Then we have approval of minutes of the special board meeting on October 29th. Need a motion for approval.
Second.
Motion by Norb, second by Dick. Any questions on those minutes? Norb?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried 6-0-1. FFA report. Trinity.
Hello. For those who don't know me, I'm Trinity Radcliffe. I'm this year's FFA president. I apologize for missing last meeting. I ended up getting sick. I figured it would be bad if I didn't show up to the meeting. In July, we held our summer meeting on the 8th. Our members and a few alumni members participated in our activity of trap shooting out at the Mayville Gun Club. On July 27th, FFA members helped parked cars for the John Deere event out at the Dodge County Fairgrounds. These members included Amber Schultz, Tanner Hansen, and myself. In August, we had our steak fry on the 2nd, which was located in the True Value parking lot. Thank you to those who supported. Through your support, we made $4,389.39. During the Dodge County Fair, the Mayville FFA had a few members participate in showing livestock. Those included Avery Trani, Alex Trani in beef, and Brandon Franke in swine. Other members did participate in the fair, however, showed through another great organization known as 4-H. In September, our meeting was held on the 10th. We discussed upcoming deadlines and events. In October, the 1st of October, the Mayville FFA officers attended the sectional leadership workshop in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, where we collaborated with other students and state officers in our respective offices. On October 2nd, members eagerly boarded the bus to go to the World Dairy Expo in Madison, Wisconsin. We took 45 members for the day. At the expo, members participated in one of three things. It was either dairy judging, dairy products judging, or an expo scavenger hunt. After World Dairy Expo, members from the Mayville FFA loaded into 4 trucks to first cut down and then hang corn stalks on Main Street for Audubon Days. National Convention was held this year in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Mayville FFA traveled down with 4 other chapters, including Sun Prairie, DeForest, Torcon, and Wanakee. Our 11 members included Jasmine Black, Cora Girth, Stacia Harned, myself, William Ersbo, David Foyt, Brandon Franke, Tanner Hansen, Dalton Lubenstein, Hamilton Rex, and Timothy Sternberg. We participated in a Jelly Belly factory tour, a Case IH tour, Monsanto soybean, and the Indianapolis Zoo throughout the week. That's all I have.
So, one thing, do we just respond to your email as far as for the fruit, or do you have a thing?
I have a sheet here if you'd like me to leave it here for anyone in the building.
Sure.
Okay, sounds good.
Otherwise, we can email you a response as to what.
Yeah, either way.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good, thank you.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
Okay, student council report.
Hi, my name is Taylor Trost. I'm the student council president. I'm so sorry about missing last week. There was a miscommunication on our part, but
You
I'm
were
not.
sick too?
No, I just was unaware. No one had told me.
I'm just
It's okay. So from September, we helped plan homecoming. We helped with varsity breakfast, ran pep assemblies, and afterwards, when we asked our student body, what could be improved for next year, because we're always looking for improvement, there was very few responses. It ended up being a wonderful, wonderful homecoming year, even with all the referendum stuff and traffic all around us. A few things they said, they didn't really like that we announced Cord and King and Queen at the volleyball game, but it did bring a lot more people into the volleyball game, so those are some kind of pros and cons.
Huge attendance.
Mhm.
That's huge. Oh. Awesome.
Mhm. And then for October, we tried to plan a highway cleanup, get ahead of the game, clean up while it's not so cold, but we ended up getting canceled because of the rain and snow, so that was sad. And then in this month, we are currently working on planning for the blood drive on November 28th. So that would be then. We've been going around, we just spoke with Janelle from the blood drive, and I've got a really good idea. We're looking for 100 donors, and I've got a really good feeling.
great. All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, any communications?
Nothing.
Okay. We have resolution 1819-103, approval of the regular semi-monthly bills.
So moved.
Motion by Dick, seconded by Jim. Questions on the bills? Hearing none, Dick.
Aye.
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 Motion carried 6-0-1. Committee reports. Personnel committee, actually, that's Jim's committee, so I'll let him explain what we discussed.
Okay, Personnel Committee met on October 24th, and there's the minutes that are in the packet there. Was in closed session to discuss our professional and exempt staff wages and benefits. And committee approved those, and those were acted on at our special meeting coming up.
With another round, with some more coming tonight.
And more coming tonight.
All right, that's about as much as we can talk about on that. Norm, curriculum committee?
No, that was.
Dave.
Oh, okay.
We met and we discussed the 3 science crossovers that Lee Zarnik presented to us, and the committee approved it to bring it to the board tonight. And then we also discussed about the physical education substitute credit option to be eliminated with the class of 2023. And as you can see, that there's plenty of reasons why we want to eliminate it. One of the big ones was that we felt that we don't need the extra incentive to get kids to come out to the sports anymore. All the sports are going up. So that was one of the reasons why it was put into effect. And then there's a list of recommended additions of coursework from AP Environmental Sciences to AP Music Theory. There's a whole list, and what the consensus was that we will meet again and bring that whole list of book of curriculums to the board on the 19th for approval.
Okay. Thank you. Administrative report. Mr. Stable.
All right, we're gonna keep mine's very short, with the exception of that we actually have a team presentation today, so we've got some special guests that are joining us, which is awesome. So you'll get to hear from them in just a little bit. So we had our school district relocation drills on Thursday, October 5th. Everything went very well. We definitely had some lessons learned. And I just want to the Board of Education, want to give a shout out to our emergency management services, police department, fire department. When they met with us to prepare and also afterwards gave us some feedback. It's great to get another set of eyes looking at our resources and documents. And we learned like we really need to plan for backups to the backup. Like transportation for our bus garage. If we're planning on our buses picking up us in the event of some of our evacuations, there's a significant chance that those buses aren't going to be the ones. So we need to be proactive and to get some agreements with neighboring school districts reaffirmed again to make sure that we're good there. And also, like our evacuation sites, depending on whatever occurs, we have these primary evacuation sites, but we really need a secondary team. And we need to work those agreements out in advance. So they also gave us some great feedback on like our go kits and other things that we need to include in there. And we have certainly made with the referendum and our safety grants some major work as far as improvements for our school security measures. But there's always more work to be done. So definitely some growth mindset when it comes to that. Continuous improvement, always working. So it's great to run the drills, and we had some excellent feedback from our community partners. As far as the new construction update, Lee and I were just talking, and we found out that it looks like November 26th is the date for us to get into our new construction. So that's at least a month ahead of schedule, and that's a soft date for us. So we're hoping that we'll actually be providing instructional spaces on that date, but this is a forever move. So we're actually starting to move some of our equipment and things down into the spaces. They're not, we need the sprinkler system to be 100% good to go in the new spaces, and then we have access for kids to be in there. But right now, we just can bring some equipment out. But like in the shop area, the metals and woods, the floors are sealed, so the concrete floors are sealed, so we can start bringing equipment in there and storing them. So anybody interested in going on a walkthrough, just let me know and we'll make sure to get that coordinated. But we are planning like a ribbon cutting open house event near the end of January. So giving us plenty of time, live in the space, work the kinks out, no rush, but definitely something to celebrate. We're getting there, lots of great progress. So things that are coming up for my schedule, this week, Friday, I'll be representing the school district at the WTI Fall Conference in Brown Deer on Friday. We received last year a WTI grant to fund probably 50% of our collaboration when we were at the middle school. We had one meeting there, but I definitely encourage you to come in. If you haven't been in that space, come and check out the space. It's a great environment, and the WTI grant helped to fund all the technology in that space. So we're looking at other partnerships with them as well to support the technology. Well, better go to one of their conferences then if you're looking at that partnership. So we've got a couple staff members that are looking at going on a Saturday event. So it's a Friday, Saturday in Brown Deer. So Brown Deer's close. Then on Monday, there's staff members throughout the school district are headed to an equity conference in Middleton. We've talked about equity here at a board level. Equity is, it's about learning for all. And when we talk about, today we're going to talk about our core, what is Mayville School District about. All students will, all staff will. And the equity word is very important to Mayville School District. All means all. So there's a free conference by the state of Wisconsin in Middleton on November 12th. And then Megan and I and one other staff member are headed to it's a symposium on continuous improvement. It's very impressive. It is work that is based upon the Studer Group, the Baldridge model for strategic planning. And one of the things with that is I met with Ted Knightsky today. Ted Knightsky, he's the head of CISA 6, the director. And that model, if we were to implement that, probably is about a $90,000 process. But through CISA 6, with Ted being there, he's been trained in that model. He's willing to work with us for like 10% of the cost. So very excited. So we're going to go check out this model. I believe the next step for us is we're going to hear about our 100-day planning cycle, our sale experience a little bit, and about our core tonight. The next step would be at a full district level and involving the board and starting to work on strategic planning. And I was super impressed with the resources that I saw Ted Knightsky provide. I've been working with Ted now for 9 years, and in his new role, I think that it's called the Rapid Improvement Center, and very impressed with the work. So here right now, it was Fond du Lac School District, North Fond du Lac, Hortonville, a couple other districts. I think we would be one of 13 school districts or 14 that are starting to work on that process with him. So I think they'll be very happy with that. So stay tuned as far as strategic planning. I think I found the partner that makes sense for Mayville School District. So, on that note then, let's get on to a presentation. So tonight, we have representatives from our district core team that are here. And we put together a PowerPoint presentation. It has, last fall, we shared with the school board, the Mayville's core. So we're gonna start by kind of reviewing the core, what our core is all about. And you see in our PowerPoint presentation, so we'll all be referring to the slides for the next probably 15 minutes here. So in this presentation, you see our theme for the year is Mind Under Construction. And it really does a great job fitting with what our three main priorities are for the 2018-19 school year. Yes, I know that we've started the school year under construction. We see a little heart out over here to help celebrate the opening of our maker space at elementary. But it really, in general, we have a concept of it's a growth mindset. We are a work in progress at all times. So last year, we brought a team, a very small team, to a 3-day workshop to start working on our 100-day plan. And through that, it was a 100-day school improvement plan. And through that experience, we kind of created a sifting piece, and we decided, what are we really all about as a school district? What are our initiatives? What are we doing here at Mayville School District that we believe really helps to identify us? And we created Mayville's core. So out of that, we brought that back. We shared that with the teachers, and we vetted it out at a deeper level, and we created a district core team. So our district core team looked at this resource, made some updates to it. And our core, what are we about? Academic and career planning. By the way, that's the law. We have to be about academic and career planning. Design thinking, that's about innovation in schools. Growth mindset and overall well-being. Learner-centered approach. Feedback and assessment. Really, it's about quality feedback and assessment. Responsive learning. Responsive learning is gifted and talented. Learners on the edges. Responsive intervention. What do we do when kids aren't achieving? That's really what responsive learning is about. It's about doing it together. Collaboration is huge as we're professional learning communities. And then we know we had some major work we wanted to do this year on target-based learning. So all of those things we work on so that we can accomplish our mission of empowering learning, fostering innovation, and transforming the learning experience. But we know at the center of all of that were these two main pieces. This is everything. We're going to put the eggs in the basket of something. Number one, it's about our culture. We need to create an environment, to foster an environment where all learners are empowered to innovate, to self-advocate, and embrace a growth mindset. They're going to be prepared for the world after high school. This is what we believe is the culture, the environment we need to create in order to meet the rigor of today's schools and society. And that rigor, now in the world of academics, is that all students have to demonstrate proficiency at priority learning targets, period. So that's our mission. We want all students. So that's why equity is so important, everybody. We don't get to pick and choose. The accountability level in today's schools is all. So we created a district core leadership team last year, and we've expanded it. So this summer, we've had some new members join us. They're here with us today. It was great to see the additional voices in the room during our retreat for the 3 days. And the goal is that we're going to have coherence in our buildings. We're going to create systems, and we're going to have a voice where our building staff, our building team, leadership teams, they come to the core team, they meet and talk to us there. That information goes back to the building leadership teams, back to the staff, and it's this constant feedback where it's going back and forth. There's connections, so it's not we meet in a room and just, hey, good luck with that. We're trying to have a system in place where the voices of the staff, the voices of what is going on, boots on the ground professional staff are part of this. So together we coordinated professional development, we coordinated some of the work that we'll hear that was hosted or conducted this summer. Together we created a school calendar and really looking at the overall district initiatives and making sure it's a coordinated effort. So the goal is this 100-day plan starts to feed into a strategic planning process. And I shared this work with 10 nights of the day and said, you guys are all set, you're ready to go. This is the next level. So on our district core leadership team, these are the representatives that was expanded to. The very first workshop we went to, there were 5 people. And we decided we were looking for some more engagement from our staff. So we probably had about 2/3 of this last school year, and we just had some new staff members that were added on this fall. So it's great to see the involvement, and now from here, what's happened is this large group, we meet once a month, and then on top of it, we're gonna start meeting in work groups, where we have 3 priorities that we're gonna cover tonight, and each one of the groups has identified a team leader, one of the administrators who will help to lead the work group that's occurring. So example of that would be is, I'm helping to lead the growth mindset group for that priority. So here's the thing, when we talk about goals and objectives, I think personally in my mind, it's the straight line. That's success. We've got it. Continuous improvement is one arrow and we just keep going up, 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 and up. And the reality is, I want you to know that I believe in creating safety nets for staff, safety nets for our students. It doesn't look like that. This is the reality on what it looks like as you're trying to work in a continuous school improvement model. It's a little bit messy. It's not perfect. But in the end, you still see that the success is there. So, I saw a presentation this fall by Aaron Sadoff over at Sun Prairie, and they were Cardinals. And one of the things that they talk about in Sun Prairie is, where are your arrows pointed? You know, as far as the work that you're doing, are we all pointed in the same direction? Because if we are, and we're creating lift, we're doing the right work. But if your arrow is pointing sideways or backwards, okay, and it's intentional, then you're not in the right place. You're going actually opposite of the system, and you need to get that arrow pointed in the right direction. So our arrows are pointing to this. This is for us. So as a school district, it's an if-then statement. If we continue to vertically align our learning targets and our universal instruction practices in numeracy and literacy, while nurturing our growth mindset in staff and students. Okay, so there's 3 priorities we're going to talk about. Learning targets, our universal instruction, and growth mindset. If we continue to do this work, then all members of our learning community will be empowered to grow academically, socially, and emotionally. So all members will grow. And I really think what that comes down to is all members of our learning community, staff and students. It's not just about students, it's about our whole professional learning community. Are we all growing together? So, we have 3 priorities, and our first priority that's come through the sifting system, that our core team, getting feedback from staff, have said, number 1, what we have got to do as a system, we need to create a system that embraces and nurtures our growth mindset. So, on that note then, Megan's coming up, and Chris, I think, and you can use this tool.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just this one?
Yeah, just do this one. Arrow to the right.
So as Scott said, our first priority this year is a growth mindset. We will view challenges as opportunities to grow and foster a culture that embraces a growth mindset. And why do we want to nurture this growth mindset? Because the work that we're doing will drive our school district's academic mission and our overall well-being for students and staff. So this is kind of a little diagram about the end goal of having a growth mindset. If our students believe that they can get smarter, then they will have learning as one of their top goals. They'll understand that effort makes them stronger. They'll spend more time and they'll work harder. And the end result is higher achievement, which is our end goal. So those with a growth mindset believe that they can get smarter, more intelligent, and more talented through putting in time and effort. And on the flip side, those with a fixed mindset believe that intelligence is fixed, and either you have it or you don't. So some of the things that we have done to nurture a growth mindset this year, we had staff complete a survey, a mindset survey during in-service. All staff members were urged to complete this mindset survey to help our team begin conversations about the self-defeating fixed mindset versus growth mindset. And as you can see, these are 2 of the questions that were on the survey. And the survey generated great feedback. Over 85% of our staff members believe in a growth mindset. So that's a great place to start. During in-service, our staff also participated in a growth mindset presentation. Dr. Rebecca Scott and Patty